Now hold up, didn't Quincy Brown just recently say he's cool with his daddy Al B? Sure. I mean, the man even broke it down for us, how he don't see Al B as a full-on father figure, but more like a homie. He said he loves him though.
People always is, you look just like your daddy.
And
you look just like your daddy. So it's like, you know, if you ain't even got no real relationship with him and you hearing that every day.
It's hard to hear.
You just like,
okay.
Right.
But you know, I love my dad. And like I said, we're way in a better place. We're in a better place.
I mean, that
now.
was years ago, but I do think it's something that a lot of people related to.
Yeah.
So, baby, how in the world did we go from that sweet talk to Quincy dragging his bio dad through the mud like this? Now listen, I get it. Al B sure does the most in public, and I ain't mad at Quincy for being a little fed up. But honey, let's not waste time. Let's sip this tea together, okay? Here's the deal. Before Kim was all wrapped up with Diddy, she was kicking it with Al B. Sure. Not only did they have Quincy together, but Kim even confirmed she was the muse behind Al B's hit song Forever My Lady. And Chili, according to Al, they were actually married. Yup, he spilled that tea in an interview with Fox Soul, saying, "Every time I post something, I forget it's me. I'm a grandfather. So my concern is not being popular and trying to get numbers and likes. That's not what I do, but I posted something the other day talking about my ex-wife. Yeah, I said it. My ex-wife, Kimberly. But nobody knew because we didn't discuss being married. We didn't discuss that. Every so often, I give her a tribute. And while we already knew Quincy and Al B. Sure's relationship was a hot mess for the longest, the streets were buzzing about them patching things up. Word on the curb was they'd been spending a lot more time together lately. Honey, they even made a public appearance together at the White House for an event not too long ago. Talk about a glow-up for the father-son duo. And let's not forget, when Homeland Security came knocking on Diddy's doors, Al B. sure didn't waste a minute. He hopped online, posted a throwback pic with Quincy, and hit us with an emotional caption. "Letter to my son. Come home. The door is wide open. You're safe here, son. I love you. Populations. You're biological." Just a couple days back, Quincy spilled even more tea about his relationship with Al B. Sure, on Angela Yee's lip service. Sis wasn't holding back and straight up asked him about that 2009 message he wrote to his dad. The one where he dragged Al for being an absent father and leaving a void in his life that couldn't be filled. Whew, that letter was something else. For those who remember, parts of it read like, "As far as my biological father goes, the spitting image is all I have taken from him. Throughout my life, I've always wondered about him, where he was, what he was doing, and most importantly, was he even thinking about me? The absence of my father has given me a better understanding of what type of man I'm going to be. I am grateful for my mom's love, support, guidance, and for her strength." Back then, Al B. sure clapped back at Quincy's letter, and Chili, he didn't hold his tongue either. He hit up Essence to give his side of the story, saying, "I'm a human being. So of course, hearing about any family member being disappointed with you is devastating, but what can you do? I'm a human being, and my job is to fix it. I will not engage in a private family matter with the public, but I will say that Quincy is the most wonderful, kind young man in the world. And whatever he and I are going through, we are going to work it out, and that's all that counts." This right here is what the ladies were digging into during their chat with Quincy. They straight up pressed him, asking who or what made him write that letter to his dad back in the late 2000s, and guess who got the credit? Russell Simmons. Quincy said a deep convo with Russell gave him the push to air out his feelings. Now fast forward.
Well, I went to dinner with somebody, and I saw Russell Simmons there. And he's like, "How are you?" It was just a little quick catch-up. I think we got on the topic of him. And he was like, "Wait, what do you mean you haven't spoken to him? What do you?" And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do so, you know." And I think that's kind of what he introduced me almost to, like just the way and to get your feelings out there, you know, and to not feel like nobody know what's going on, you know, because everyone, of course, say whatever. And
Right.
But then if I can actually say something.
Quincy claims he and Al B. sure are finally cool. He even mentioned that his dad gave him a big shout out for his latest project, ATA, and told him, "I love you, son." Quincy was all like, they've come a long way and are in a much better space now. He summed it up by saying time has a way of healing everything. And he was like, "I think we got a cool relationship, right?" He tends to like try to do like the dad thing a lot, but it's like, that's not really where we are at in life. Like, we homies more than anything. We're like, let's go do something. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of where we're getting at now, is actually knowing that we too grow men. You know what I mean? We can talk about anything and everything. It's not about anything else. Now, baby, imagine the shockwaves Quincy sent through the internet when he was paying tribute to his late mama, Kim Porter, on the anniversary of her passing. He posted a heartfelt photo of the two of them, and the caption, "Here's a rare photo of me with my mom and dad. I miss you every day." Baby, Quincy knew exactly what he was doing when he posted that pic and captioned it the way he did. He straight up said his mama played both roles, mother and father, in his life. Now, to some folks, that hit different, especially since he's been trying to build a relationship with Al. But let's be real, nobody was too shocked that Quincy was dragging Al B. Shore through the mud. I mean, let's be honest. Al has done the most when it comes to talking about Kim Porter's death and getting in the blogs with his thoughts on Diddy's case. A lot of people are speculating that Quincy's probably over Al posting about Kim and running his mouth in public. And don't even get me started on Al's antics. Remember in November 2021 when Al claimed that Kim was running from someone or something in the days leading up to her passing and told her to call the FBI? Yeah, chile. But then, just like that, he edited the post and tried to cover it up, saying Kim was running a marathon instead. Boy, bye. And don't forget, Al also shared how he found out Kim had passed, writing about that moment like, "I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Lady KP's aka Charles Kim Porter's death, and how it ripped the soul from my physical body. I do know very clearly that hashtag Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS, really? This is where I get in trouble." ALB actually tagged Diddy in the post to make sure Diddy saw how he thinks he was responsible, adding, "We just celebrated our son at Quincy's New Deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health as well as laughing, seeing me and at Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater. I'm going to leave it here." Okay, so boom. Back in March 2024, Al B came out dropping major tea, hinting that Diddy might have had something to do with that scary coma he was in back in 2022. But wait, it gets messier. Al B also claimed he's cooking up a documentary that's about to shake the table and have everybody clutching their pearls.
We are going to be producing the Al B Shore life story. So hold on to your britches, and you'll really understand how I ended up in a coma. You're really going to need to call Homeland Security.
Fast forward to when Kim's so-called tell-all book dropped. Al B hit the gram with the receipts. He reposted a headline from Extra that read, "Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, spills his twisted secrets in alleged diary entries." And in his caption, Al B let it be known he had thoughts. 2009 through 2018, y'all told ALB Shore has lost his mind, and told to go sit down when he stated this verbatim over time. And again, on the day of KP's M, ignored by law enforcement when he shared what LKP told him out of desperation and warned him to watch his back as well. Bad things. Y'all said, "Please somebody get Al some medical help. He's lost his mind." Now clearly, this was before Al B actually cracked open the book. 'Cause baby, when an excerpt hit the streets, it was pure chaos. The snippet claimed that Kim once walked in on Diddy, and Al B caught up in something so shocking, it had her running for the hills, and straight to the bathtub to scrub the memory away. In Kim's supposed words, I remember him saying, "It's still weird seeing you with my friend, but you're happy, so I'm happy for you guys." Sean responded, "Thanks, man, me and you, we've shared so much." Al replied, "Coolie word." The conversation took an odd and awkward turn when Sean said, "We all have been together, but not together." I was shocked for a moment, as quietness lingered in the room. I asked, "What do you mean by all together?" Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. "You know how we sometimes invite other people into our bed?" I couldn't believe it. "Oh, hell no. Sean, this is my son's father." "Al, say something." What Al said was mind-boggling. "I don't know, it could be kind of hot. I miss you in that way." Although I couldn't believe Sean would do this, the truth was I still cared about Al, and this could be very hot. I just didn't want it messing up my relationship. And if things become awkward, how would it affect 20? So I asked, "Are you both sure?" I imagined both of them inside me. I knew this would be awkward. There would be some bumping of genitals, but what happened next? I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. Anyway, Al B Shore has been cutting up on social media lately, posting all kinds of bizarre stuff that's got folks talking. Word is, this might have been part of what pushed Quincy to speak out. See, right after Quincy made a statement about how the conspiracy theories surrounding Kim's death were putting him and his siblings through it, Al was out here doing the absolute most. Instead of falling back and respecting that, he was busy playing to the crowd and fanning the flames like it was his job. And if you peeped Al's caption about the alleged memoir, he said he's planning to sue. But get this, he seemed way more upset that his name was mentioned than about the actual claims in the book. Like, sir, where's the empathy? And then, to top it off, Al had the nerve to question why Quincy's still following the man accused of putting hands on his mama. The audacity is unmatched. So yeah, it's no surprise people are saying Quincy might have thrown shade at Al. Word on the street is, Quincy's just over it when it comes to the stuff Al keeps saying about his time with Kim. Oh, and if you're wondering how Al responded to the shade rumors, he made sure to let everyone know that he's the one who took that photo of Kim and Quincy. He just don't quit, does he? Now, some folks are pointing out that Quincy's shady little post doesn't call out Diddy by name either, And since Diddy adopted Quincy at the tender age of 3, there's a strong chance that shade might have been aimed at both of his dads. The streets are saying this might even be Quincy's way of gearing up to dig into Diddy's alleged role in what went down with Kim. Phew, it's looking like Quincy might just be done with both fathers altogether. Now here's the thing, Quincy's probably juggling a whole lot right now. On one side, he's got Al B and all his drama. On the other, he's trying to figure out what to do with all this tea spilling about his mama. And let's ask the real questions. Is Quincy staying connected to Diddy because of his sisters? Is he keeping things cool to secure the bag? Was shading Al B and Kim's honor even necessary? Or is it giving hypocrite vibes if he's out here shading Al B while still rocking with Diddy? It's a lot to unpack, boo. Sound off in the comments and let me know what y'all think about Quincy's situation with Al B. Is he handling this right, or is it mess all around? Let's get into it.